Countdown 15 country songs from 1972 that changed music history forever. Now, these weren't just songs, they were soul-deep confessions dressed in denim and dust. And the final track, it shattered every rule Nashville ever wrote and rewrote them in gold.
Well, that's it, friend. Don't take her, she's all I got. She's a good-hearted woman in love with.
Funny face, I love you. Funny face, I need you.
Number 15, That's Why I Love You Like I Do by Sonny James.
One of the finest vocalists of our country. Here is the Southern gentleman, Mr. Sonny James.
If you ever loved someone the quiet way, the long haul, lunch pail, loyal kind, this song gets you. Sonny James was no stranger to chart success, but in 1972, he delivered this silky smooth devotion that wrapped country in a velvet jacket. It wasn't loud, it didn't need to be. This track quietly reinforced James's place as one of country's gentlest powerhouses. A man who could melt jukebox steel with one slow burning line.
That's why I love you like I do.
Up next, a honky-tonk rebel pours his heart out over heartbreak and a barstool prayer. Number 14, She's All I Got by Johnny Paycheck.
Thank you. Now, once again, here's my good buddy, Johnny Paycheck.
This wasn't just a plea, it was a survival cry soaked in Tennessee whiskey. Johnny Paycheck clawed his way into the mainstream with this desperate ode to love on the brink. Released late in 71, but roaring through 1972, the song's rawness paved the way for the outlaw movement to come. It hit number 2 on the country charts and proved that vulnerability could wear a cowboy hat.
Well, that's it, friend. Don't take her, she's all I got.
The line, "Don't take her, she's all I got," hit men and women alike right in the gut. But next, a bubbly burst of optimism that brought smiles to millions and a Grammy to her mantle. Number 13, The Happiest Girl in the Whole USA by Donna Fargo.
I'm the happiest girl in the whole USA.
You couldn't escape that voice, bright as sunshine, strong as steel. Donna Fargo's debut single didn't just top the country charts, it crossed over to pop, capturing a national mood that wanted joy after a decade of turmoil. Skippity-doo-dah, thank you, Lord. It wasn't just a lyric, it was a mantra for 1972. The song's homegrown optimism made Fargo a household name and inspired a generation of misfits and dreamers.
Just one more minute, that's why we moved it.
But next, we bring it back to the soft glow of a love song, written like a poem. And I'll write you a poem if you hit the subscribe button right now. Number 12, Kiss an Angel Good Morning by Charley Pride.
Kiss an angel good morning. Love her like the devil when you get back.
You already know this one. It's the one your dad sang while flipping pancakes, the one your grandma hummed with a smile. Charley Pride's gentle baritone on this track made it a crossover smash and a permanent piece of American love language. The song hit number 1 and stayed there, not just on charts, but in hearts. It was a landmark, not just for Pride as a black country icon, but for country music itself as it edged into the mainstream.
Angel good morning. Love her like the devil when you.
Coming up, a southern son steps out from his father's shadow with 11 red roses in hand. Number 11, 11 Roses by Hank Williams Jr.
There's just something about.
This wasn't outlaw Hank, not yet. This was the boy still haunted by his father's legacy, trying to carve out his own space with a voice full of apology. 11 Roses gave Bo Cephas his first number 1 hit, and fans felt the ache in every line. It's a song about falling short and trying to fix it with flowers, soft, stripped down, and almost shy.
They say more than man can say.
It marked a turning point in Hank Jr.'s long, turbulent road towards self-definition. Next up, a 13-year-old girl steps up to the mic and turns country upside down. Number 10, Delta Dawn by Tanya Tucker.
1972 was a very good year for me. I was living in Las Vegas.
She was just a kid, but when Tanya Tucker belted out Delta Dawn, What's That Flower You Have On? In 1972, it sounded like it came from a soul 10 lifetimes deep. This Southern Gothic anthem introduced Tucker as a prodigy, fierce, haunting, and unshakably real. Produced with eerie drama and drenched in heartbreak, the song painted a woman's ruin and a town's whispers in chilling technicolor. Tanya didn't just arrive, she erupted.
Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on?
But what's next? A song that still flickers like neon in a midnight diner. Number 9, I'll Still Be Loving You by Jody Miller.
Here's Jody Miller.
If you've ever tried to hold on to love while the world spins away, this song was made for you. Jody Miller, a pioneer in crossing pop into country, delivered a velvet soft, heart-heavy ballad that stuck like perfume on a goodbye letter. It didn't scream for attention, it whispered, and in that whisper, Miller carved a place for women in country. Who weren't just sweethearts, but storytellers of their own survival. She didn't chase the spotlight, she lit one. Next, a full face of freckles and a smile hiding a whole world of secrets. Number 8, Funny Face by Donna Fargo.
To Miss Donna Fargo sing, ladies and gentlemen.
Donna's back, but not as the happiest girl this time. Funny Face was more personal, almost diary-like. It captured the inside jokes, silly names, and cozy corners of real love. Not the fairy tale kind. This one didn't just top the charts, it lived on wedding playlists, in anniversary cards, in back seats and living rooms for decades. Fargo showed that country wasn't all about heartache. Sometimes it was about home.
Funny face, I love you. Funny face, I need you.
Coming up, a legend reawakens with a voice cracked by time, but not broken. Number 7, We Can Make It by George Jones.
We can spend our lives together.
You could hear the wear and tear in every syllable, and that's what made it perfect. George Jones was already a titan, but We Can Make It marked a tender return to the charts, full of resolve and quiet desperation. Written by Billy Sherrill, this song was drenched in the countrypolitan style. Strings, echo, ache. It became a subtle anthem for anyone holding on when it's easier to let go. Jones made pain sound holy. Next, a ballad that bloomed in winter with roses that never wilted. Number 6, When the Snow is on the Roses by Sonny James.
Thank you very much. And once again, here's our friend Sonny James.
This one feels like candlelight, gentle, glowing, and slightly unreal. Sonny James took a German pop song, draped it in southern grace, and turned it into a country waltz that wrapped listeners in warmth. It reached number 1, but more importantly, it showcased James's power to translate romance into something timeless.
When the snow is on the roses.
This was a love song for grown folks, not first dates, but long winters and worn hands. But what comes next? A piano-pounding rocker tries on country and burns the house down. Number 5, Would You Take Another Chance on Me? By Jerry Lee Lewis.
Hey, baby, I think he copied that after breakfast, really. Nah, I'm just joking.
They called him the Killer, and in 1972, Jerry Lee Lewis was resurrecting his flame, not in rock, but in country. This was his last number 1 on the country chart, and it wasn't just nostalgia. Would You Take Another Chance on Me was pleading, swaggering, and alive with regret. The country world had tried to shut him out, but Lewis kicked the doors open with this track. He proved redemption songs sound better with a honky-tonk piano.
Would you take another chance?
Next, a death ballad from a man who knew the price of truth. Number 4, The Year That Clayton Delaney Died by Tom T. Hall.
Well, Clayton Delaney, I thought about, now this is a strange story, but I thought about this song for 2 years.
Tom T. Hall didn't write songs. He wrote eulogies for people you swore you'd met. The Year That Clayton Delaney Died was his tribute to a childhood guitar hero, and it dripped with dusty nostalgia and brutal clarity. Hall's storytelling wasn't dramatic, it was devastatingly honest. The song hit number 1, not just because of its melody, but because it painted a whole life in 3 minutes. You didn't just hear about Clayton, you mourned him.
I remember the year that Clayton Delaney died.
Up next, a rebel with a cause and a woman too wild for Nashville. Number 3, Good-Hearted Woman by Waylon Jennings.
I'm forgotten, dreams that just fell by the way.
If country music had a heartbeat in 1972, it might have sounded like this. Co-written with Willie Nelson, Good-Hearted Woman gave voice to every man who didn't deserve the woman he had, and every woman who stuck around anyway. Jennings brought grit, groove, and a little gospel to the honky-tonk, and this track opened the door wide for the outlaw movement.
She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time.
It was rowdy, raw, and radiated truth, and fans across red states and blue felt every note. Next, a song that broke every radio rule and made history anyway. Number 2, For the Good Times by Ray Price.
Here in the Marty Robbins Spotlight, one of the greatest, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Price.
You don't just listen to this one, you feel it in your bones. Written by Chris Christopherson and immortalized by Ray Price, For the Good Times wasn't about falling in love, it was about the last night before goodbye. Price's velvety delivery paired with a lush orchestration broke country's twang mold and pushed the genre toward its more sophisticated future. It topped charts, won awards, and found a permanent home in lonely hearts worldwide. But at number 1, a song that was too honest, too smooth, and too irresistible to ignore. Number 1, Behind Closed Doors by Charlie Rich.
Goes on behind closed doors.
This wasn't just a song, it was a scandal turned standard. Behind Closed Doors was the sound of Velvet Revolution in country music. Charlie Rich delivered it like a secret, and it swept the CMAs, ACMs, and the Grammys with its smooth piano.
Oh, no one knows what goes on behind.
Subtle sensuality and crossover appeal, it blurred the line between country and soul, church and bedroom. It dared to say that country folks had private lives, and they weren't all sweet tea and sermons. It changed the way Nashville did business and the way America heard love songs. If you found this deep dive memorable, hit like and subscribe so we can keep the music alive. These weren't just tracks, they were sonic postcards from 1972, sealed with heartbreak, rebellion, and revolution. Which of these songs hit you the hardest or surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. Next up, we're diving into 1973. Click the video on screen now to keep this journey going. Some legends fade, others hide in plain sight.